Hey, Jeff here. It is around 16:51, 4:51, October 30th, 2020. Hope everybody's been having a great day today. Sorry, I'm back on the road again. I just wanted to touch base with everybody. I want everybody to think about something for a minute, okay? I know you guys hear from me all the time, but one of the things I want to say is, yes, I believe elections are very, very important. And yes, I believe that there's a lot of people out there that have a very strong opinion on who they like and who they don't like. But there's also a lot of others out there that are secluding themselves because they're treating other people like crap. You know, to me, it's one thing to argue your opinion. It's another thing to have your belief system and what you believe in and what you want to do. But when you are personally attacking people because you like one candidate over another, or because you believe something that you heard on one news channel compared to another, I want you to think about something, okay? I don't care if you like Trump. I don't care if you like Biden. You're all still gonna matter to me no matter what. And I'm never gonna judge you for who you like, because that is your freedom to like whoever you choose to like. But I want you, when you're looking at things, to take a look at something. I've had a lot of people from both sides that tell me that the media and everything is fake, and then others are like, oh no, the media is not. I want everybody to understand this. If media is not putting out there different bits of information, then they are actually being one-sided. Media is a for-profit organization. It's not a organization that doesn't make money. So in other words, it doesn't matter on what news source you watch, they're all for profit. And they're going to put out what they can to make money. And if that means they're going to put out things that you and I are against or you and I for, that's what they're going to do. So it doesn't matter. So in other words, you have to start learning to get the proper information. You got to go to the internet. Even that can be biased at times. And you need to look at other sources than just one source. It's kind of like our teachers in school always said, you know, go and do your own research. Don't believe what somebody tells you. Because believe it or not, either side can take advantage of us. When you're making your vote this year, and by the way, I still 100% believe everybody should vote. If you don't vote, that's fine. I don't need to know about it. I don't care who you're voting for. All I do ask is when you're going out there, make sure you vote the way that you truly feel, not what somebody told you to do. You know, being a Marine and being who I am, one of the number one things that we have is our freedoms in this country. And one of the freedoms we have is the freedom to vote for who we choose and who we want to vote for. Some people vote purely on emotion. Some people vote on who their buddy likes or who they like. Others vote on whatever source of media they're getting. But you got to ask yourself, you really have to boil it all down to, am I better off today than what I was 4 years ago? Are things better today than what they were 4 years ago? But don't just look at your community as a whole, okay? I'm watching people and I'm watching news sources, and one of the things I'll tell you right now is I believe in police and I believe in law enforcement, okay? But before you get mad at me for saying this, I want you to understand this also. I do believe there's a percentage out there that are basically, they make the 98% look bad because there's 2% that are pieces of crap. But I say that about the Marine Corps. You know, you got 5% that are doing things they shouldn't be doing in the Marine Corps that make the rest of the 95% look like crap. In the Army, you got a percent that make the rest look like crap. In the Navy, you got the rest that look like crap. That's like saying, you know, that everybody's going to be honest and upfront. That's like saying, you know, there are the priests out there that make 90% of the rest of the priests look guilty and look bad. We have to understand that. But one thing I will never tolerate is I will never tolerate people basically taking the law into their own hands. I will not tolerate people sitting there burning down cities because they're exercising their freedom of speech. You know what? Your freedom of speech, Your freedom to assemble, your right to picket, your right to protest does not mean you have a right to burn down a person's business. Your rights stop at if you do not have a right to hurt any other human being. Remember, cops are human beings also. You don't have a right to physically harm them. You don't have a right to do that. You do have a right to protest. You can even have a right to assemble. You do not have a right to burn down a small business. It's funny how you'll burn down all the small businesses that can't defend themselves, but you don't go after Walmarts or Sam's or Costco's. So you see, here's a problem with that. It just means they're creating chaos. And remember, the enemy wants chaos. And the enemy is not going to be a foreign threat. Sometimes the enemy are just people trying to get freebies. They're the looters out there that are going in there. When you're watching on the news, they're stealing washers and dryers and refrigerators. And, you know, I have friends that they're truckers, right? They get paid. Well, guess what? They haul that stuff. Somebody has to make that stuff. They got to get paid for it. So when people are out there and they're stealing things and they're looting and they're pillaging, that's anarchy. That I can't tolerate. So when you're doing all this, and then all of a sudden you're going to see, you know, supremacy groups out there, black supremacy, white supremacy, Black Panthers, KKK. If you notice, I'm going one extreme to the other. Extreme religion, you know, extreme Christians, extreme Catholics, extreme Jews, extreme Muslims, compared to extreme left, which are, you know, atheists and agnostic, and they're out there. Oh my gosh, there's so much to take in mind. Understand this. It boils down to, who do you want, where do you want to be in the next couple of years? Do you want a safe environment to where you got the right to have your freedoms? Or do you want anarchy in the streets? You see, my friends work on the assembly lines that make those refrigerators. My friends drive trucks that deliver that stuff to those small mom and pop places. My friends work for the unions that are building those cars that China and them want to steal our factories, and now all of a sudden those unions can't exist. You see, I don't believe in too big of anything or too small of anything, but I do believe that the mom and pop stores, these restaurants, need to stay open. I believe that, you know, people are being paid to be scared and creating fear. You know, our founding fathers saw this, and I don't know if you knew this or not. I'm going to give you a little history. Did you know the majority of people in the colonies did not want to separate from Britain? They didn't. They didn't want to cause. They didn't want any conflict. They didn't want any problems because they didn't know what was going to happen next. It took the minority to basically lead the majority to basically creating the United States of what we have today. And believe it or not, it took over 600,000 soldiers on both the Union and Confederacy in order for us to bring the entire Union together and bring all the states together from the Civil War that gave rights to everyone. It didn't happen overnight. It happened over time. It happened because we all had to come to a conclusion of what is right and wrong. What we look at as right and wrong today, years ago, did not happen. You've got to learn to respect those that are voting because we don't know. We have to get the facts the best we can. But if you're sitting there and you're destroying your friends and family because they believe a certain way or wear a mask and don't wear a mask, they like Trump or they like Biden, okay? See, in Illinois, I like to joke around. We put all of our governors in jail because none of them can do the right job. Doesn't matter if they're Republican or Democrat, left or right, we'll put them all in jail. But you got to understand this. You can't attack each other. You have to listen to each other. And sometimes you have to agree to disagree. And sometimes you got to walk away to be able to come back with reasoning and transparency. My God, I'm tired of people deleting and blocking everybody and thinking their crap's better than the other crap. When it boils down to it, how are you treating each other in your own communities? A president is not going to make you a better person. A president is not going to go and bail you out of jail. A president is not, You know what's going to do that? Your local communities, your neighbors, your friends, those police officers you don't like. They're your neighbors. They are the people you went to high school with. They are the ones that choose whether or not, what's going to be good or bad. They're not going to sit there and crucify you because they don't know you. They're going to enforce the law. Let them. But you want to know something? That doesn't give you a right to hate them. Law and order, I understand that if they're doing something wrong, they need to be thrown in jail too. I 100% agree with that. But their families do not need to be exiled. You do not have a right to attack them. You do not have a right to put their name all over social media. All because you don't like them because they're law enforcement. Our law enforcement, when we were younger, were taught they're heroes. They're taught there's something to inspire to be. And if the person in that profession is not somebody they need to inspire to be, then that person needs to be let go. They need to be taken up on charges. And you need to give a reason why they need to be gone. That's the only way we're going to fix our system. But getting rid of law enforcement, that's not going to do anybody any good at any time. We need to be better than those that are tearing our country apart. We need to be better than those that feel they got to lie, cuss, curse, and yell at us. You need to be better. Every day in our lives, we need to be better for each other. We need to be better for our kids. What we say or do does matter. It does mean something. We need to start showing why it means something. We need to be better today than who we were yesterday. And each and every one of you need to know that you matter and you make a difference. But the difference is not going to come from the president or whoever we elect. The difference is going to come starting with our neighbors, starting with our friends. We can't elect people because it's a good old boy system. We can't elect people because, I'm buddy-buddy with them. We need to start putting people in place that can protect us, that actually have a heart, that care, that believe in us. We need to start doing right by others. We need to start caring about ourselves. We need to start doing the right thing for the right reason. All right, everybody. Have a great day today. I am Jeffrey Jansen. Hope and pray all of you guys are having a great day. Hope this Friday finds you all well. Hope you're all safe and sound. And remember, I believe in you. You matter to me. All you Marines out there, hoorah. Talk to you later. Bye, everybody.